It is Sunday, January 24th, continuing my progression through my rooted cuttings. This is a tray of Japanese maples, rooted in my standard sand and pro mix blend. As you can see, I grow roots and weeds. Weeds a little bit easier than the roots. What we want to do here is just like we did with the azaleas and the pyracantha. Now what I'm doing is combing from the outside in, trying to see who developed roots, who didn't. You notice the tray did not have a full load of plants in it. That's because a number of them failed throughout the course of the year, and I removed them during the summer and fall, hopefully avoiding any fungal infections from any of the dead cuttings and leaves that fell into the container. So what I'm doing now is looking at root development. This one's one-sided, so we'll probably do the hormone and repot trick. This one's got roots all the way around. This one looks like it has roots all the way around. This one's a little stronger on one side than the other. For those of you who are old enough to remember Bill Brighton, he was a bonsai artist from upstate New York, and he used to dust rooting hormone on the roots. He said, what's the worst it can do? Make them grow more roots? And I don't know, because I think roots might be a little more sensitive. Now this root strikes me as being unhealthy, so I think I'm gonna snip it out completely. And it's not unusual to have roots die on you inside the container. The roots are only left and right on this one, so it's definitely going to get another treatment of hormone. This was one I set with the hopes of it becoming a twin trunk. Obviously did not make it into the compost pile he goes. This one's adorable. Looks perky and healthy, well-rounded. And here's another one's barely got any roots, but he's fairly well-rounded. So what I want to do is take containers that are big enough without being too big to keep the plants properly moist throughout the growing season. It's easier for me to add water than it is for me to take away water, and it's easier for me to up pot. And again, at some point I have to do a whole rant on up potting versus slip potting versus root pruning, because they are not all the same. Okay, so make my mound, comb out the roots. Throw another layer of soil around the roots, and then we'll hit them with some Super Thrive. So let's do one of these one-sided guys. What I'm going to do for him is he's going to go in my regular mix. I'm not going to make up any special rooting mix. The top of the cutting has expired, so we don't need that. Bottom roots look good. I'm just going to snip off some of the tips here, and then we're going to score the cutting in 2 spots, and then we're going to apply some rooting hormone. Hopefully this will induce the plant to creating new roots. Now, you should be aware that your rooting hormone is potentially carcinogenic. You really shouldn't be handling it barehanded. Ideally, I should have my gloves on, but I'm lazy and old, so if I get cancer when I'm 98, I'll worry about it then. I can see a bit of the hormone sticking up. I'm not sure if I covered the scratch or not. So again, we'll hit him with Super Thrive. This guy, fairly interesting roots. Not sure how he'll work out. Again, apex is shot, don't need it. Now here's a lump of compost or cow manure that didn't get scrunched up when we mixed up the soil. Now if I wanted to, I could put some wires on these right now and start to put some movement into the trunk while they're young and pliable. Not sure where this is going to go. Get it through the season, and then I'll make some design decisions.